Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your understanding. Obviously, with the Sukkah period and festivities, we haven't been around, but we are back. And please God, we'll be back to the normal schedule for the coming weeks. So from today all the way through for the next, I don't know how long, we will be on the regular schedule. That means 9 a.m. every morning. And on Sundays it is 9:30 a.m. 9 a.m. every morning, 9:30 on Sunday mornings and bank holidays. I don't think we've got any bank holidays coming up. Anyways, today's learning is dedicated, as it is every day, in memory of all of those that Yortzeit falls today and those that we are saying Kaddish for. A brief thought. It's the day after Sukkot, and there's this feeling that we want to get back to normal. We want to get back to things the way they were, right? I think it's a feeling not just about after Sukkot, but it's a feeling that many of us feel in regards to COVID. We want to get back to the way things were, get back to routine. And I was wondering, and I was just thinking, is that really deep down what we really want? Do we just want to keep going back to where we were? Or are we actually looking to be inspired and to go and to be elevated to a completely different place? Today is considered what we call Isru Chag. It's the day after Sukkot. And that means that it's a quasi day of celebration. It's a day when we still feel a lingering sense of the festivities. And the idea is that, when we went into the Sukkah, I was thinking about it. This past week has been extraordinary. I think we all agree, not just because of the fantastic weather for Sukkot, but at the time when we stepped foot into our sukkahs, a dwelling place that signifies the fragility of life and the fact that we are feeling and dealing with insecurities. We, of course, saw around us wherever we went, long queues around the country of people waiting to fill up their cars with petrol. Shortages of food and materials on every shelf. The place has been wiped clean. And therefore, there is this sense of insecurity in society at this very moment when we were celebrating the Festival of Sukkot. And I think it's no coincidence. When we leave the comforts of our home and we journey into the Sukkah, ostensibly what we are doing is we are leaving the security of our home and we are moving to the insecurity of the Sukkah. But I think actually it's the exact opposite. When we sit in our Sukkah, when a person leaves the brick and cement of their home and they go into the dwelling place, which symbolizes where we dwell with God, where we live with God, where we live with faith rather than fate. Friends, that is when we are able to have true security. It's interesting, when a mother feeds a baby, it can be in a war zone, it can be in the comforts of a home, which is a tranquil, exotic island. The baby is none the wiser, no different. The source of nourishment comes from the mother's breast. It doesn't matter what situation, the baby knows that it gets its food and is reliant on its mother. And so it is with the Jewish people, that we know that wherever we journey through life, we are reliant on the Almighty. We have faith in Him looking after us, guarding us, protecting us in any and every situation. We don't need to start panicking when we have half a tank of petrol in our cars. How are we going to manage? What's going to be in the next week, in the next few days? We don't need to do that. We can have confidence, we can have trust and faith in God, which is what they say on the American dollar: in God we trust. Isn't that true? The only difference is, in America, the question is their God the same as our God? Arguably not. So here we are, friends. This is the message. We move into the sukkah. We recognize that in our feeling of insecurity, actually we are secure, like that baby that suckles from her mother. So it is that we, when we come back into our homes, despite all the anxieties and insecurities that we are being told about by society, by the media, by the press, we don't need to succumb to it. We can be confident in who we are and in the beautiful relationship that we have. So please God, we should take this message to heart, and we should be able to journey on. Looking forward, please God, to many more programs in the coming days and weeks, exciting programs planned ahead. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.